Fueled by Deathcast.
I want to say my favorite squirrel in the entire world is Bucky from Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, thank you.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and what a cool little thing. And that kind of goes back to that Gremlin thing. Do you go into an audition like that as auditioning for a squirrel?
Well, first of all, I didn't audition for it. I had a relationship with the casting director, Mickey McGowan, who I'd done a billion features for. And she just called me up one day and she says, "You're going to work on this film, but they're going to want you to play a squirrel." I said, "Okay." So I get to the session, and Mark Dindal, the director, says, "So here's the script, and here's what's happening. There's a character named Kronk who speaks squirrel, and he'll say to you, 'Squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeak,' and you'll jibber jabber like a squirrel, and he'll be like, and he'll translate to the villain what you're saying." And I said, "Do you want me to say squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeak?" And he said, "No, you need to create your own squirrel language that he's going to translate." I said, "Oh, well, can I think about it for a few minutes?" And he says, "Yeah." So the soundstage where we do voices is surrounded by grass and a park. If you ever watched Saving Mr. Banks, that was Disney. And you see the park benches, and I'm sitting on the park bench. I'm going squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeak, and nothing is coming to me. And I swear to you, a little squirrel runs down a tree, comes up to me on its hind legs, looks at me, and goes, and I went, "Thank you."
Yes.
So I went into the studio and I said, "Mark, say squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeak." And he goes, "Squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeak." I went, and he goes, "That'll work." So what I would do is I would read Kronk's translation. And if Kronk's translation said something like,
he said he's going down a dark, dusty road and he saw a scary witch,
I would be, so that's how I created the character, and that's how I tried to make the gibber sound a little bit like the content and the intent of the script.
That's amazing.
That one job that I was hired for one day, and that became 2 and 3 because they kept writing more stuff for him. Yeah. We did a straight to video sequel.
Yep.
And I did 3 years on a series. So the moral of that story is, young actors, there are no small parts. Don't say no because I'm not playing the lead. It can be bigger eventually. And today's job or audition is an insurance policy for another one.